I love Netflix! But have you seen their recent works? A series about a pregnant man? Original content drove Netflix to the top, and now it's killing it. The service follows the principle, more content, less viewers. Let's go back in time to figure out what is the reason behind it. In '98, Netflix.com became the first website to rent and sell DVDs. Netflix, movies on the net. That's a good idea. However, for some reason, people only bought DVDs while renting was not so popular. Hastings and Randolph counted on the rent and did not enjoy such a situation. Still, the company gained popularity, and even Jeff Bezos noticed them. What happened next? No, Amazon didn't buy Netflix after all. Both companies became partners and even shared the flow of customers. Amazon got the buyers of DVDs, while Netflix managed to get the renters. Quite a good start. The deal should have resolved the rental problem. But it didn't work. The customers found the service confusing. As a result, Amazon got a lot of customers and big money, while Netflix got almost nothing. With each passing day, the situation worsened. For Mark, it was a fateful period. Reed doubted his abilities and decided to become the company's CEO. Although it was frustrating, Randolph felt he was not up to deal with all the tasks. So Mark pulled his wits together and came up with a brilliant idea: to give discs for an unlimited time, i.e. a sort of subscription. It was the same breakthrough solution that made the DVD rental business model a success. Things have finally worked out the way they initially dreamed of. That was the Netflix prototype. But then the unexpected happened. Year 2000, the dot-com bubble burst. All startups and businesses operating on the internet started to collapse. Everyone in this sector experienced bad times, and Netflix was one of them. Things were getting so hard for them that Randolph and Hastings tried to sell their company to Blockbuster, the DVD rental giant with several thousand locations and 60,000 employees in the US alone. Netflix owners met with the Blockbuster CEO, John Antioco. He was ready to negotiate, but only laughed when he heard the amount of $50 million. Nobody wanted to buy Netflix, so they resorted to effective solutions. During the crisis, the company laid off a third of its employees and started working according to the principle, only talented people. They focused on quality rather than quantity of staff. It was then that they developed their corporate culture. Getting the most out of each person is what Netflix is all about. In 2007, they did something that made them really cool, so that everyone knows and likes them. Yes, it was the beginning of the Netflix streaming empire. Back then, it was a new, brilliant system, and still very simple system. A website with almost any movies and TV series. The client simply pays money and watches the desired show. With no competitors, Netflix just started to take over the world and eliminate piracy. Netflix allowed viewers to watch whatever they wanted for a small fee, with no risks and no sense of doing something illegal. It was a truly new online business model. This was a huge achievement. If they hadn't made that decision, we might not have seen Netflix at all. It's notable that in 2010, the same Blockbuster became bankrupt. The company failed to change its business model. They just rented DVDs. Well, and what about Netflix? In 2013, Netflix started to create its own content. It was a great step, but the company was motivated solely by self-interest. Movie studios were raising rental prices, the terms and conditions were changing, and a completely new solution was needed. Besides, it was a real challenge. You can be a good seller of artworks, but at the same time a bad artist. You can sell someone else's Breaking Bad well, but it's not a fact that you will create the same cool content. Netflix, at first, created truly high-quality, almost perfect content. House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, and Hemlock Grove. In 2013, Netflix released only 3 TV series, but each of them was elaborate and original, and that's why they were so successful. The company got a strong boost for further growth. The first few years of working on the original content, everything was too good. But if you create movies and series, you can't be completely independent. A high-quality result requires expensive processes. It all depends on investors who are ready to invest in your movies. In 2016, Netflix finally caught the influence of large investors. Among them, BlackRock, one of the largest investment companies in the world. Currently, they own approximately 6% of Netflix's capital. Companies with big money, like BlackRock, see nothing but a primitive scheme here. If 3 series are sold well, then you need to make 300 more, so you'll earn more money. and Netflix started working according to BlackRock's model. However, this scheme did not work in the long run. As a result, more content, less viewers, more content, less profit. Netflix's original quality content is what brought it to the top, but cranking out bad in-house content marked the beginning of the end. So in 2016, Netflix turned into a conveyor belt of movies and series. The same year, the algorithms of the service started working, collecting, and processing information about popular TV series. Moreover, during all these years, the company's been accumulating information about its customers. Who watches what, who stops watching, who changes their activity. Then Netflix analyzes all this data and creates hundreds of similar basic series. It's hard to even sort them. This is mass-oriented content. Netflix no longer wants to experiment. It simply is not profitable for their business model. That's the whole logic. Netflix does not want to give its movies and series time to gain popularity. If they fail to catch the audience immediately, the series is removed from production. The only thing they want is easy money, right here, right now. Everything is done in a hurry. Poor quality, poor plots, bad acting, and cutting costs for the sake of profit. For example, The Witcher, so much awaited by fans of books and games. But we can say this about almost each of their series of recent years. Sometimes they do really unusual stuff, shocking content. For example, the Mignonnes movie, accused of sexualizing children. Or Suitable Boy, a series in which viewers immediately saw the propaganda of sexual jihad. Of course, Netflix makes such things to attract attention, but the result is the opposite. So now Netflix creates a lot of content of two types: trivial products with nearly amateur level of acting, and very scandalous works, the quality of which is no better than that of the first ones. Which type would you choose? Add huge competition to that. In 2013, Netflix were the first to sell their own unique content. And now? Disney, Hulu, HBO, even Amazon. The subscription price is growing, and the quality is steadily reducing. So the question arises, is anyone going to choose Netflix? Maybe they'll come up with a groundbreaking solution again.